Hello, and welcome back to Satisfactory, Outpost in the Desert. I'm standing above the refineries we set up in the last episode to make turbo fuel. There are 18 of them. Basically all I did after the episode was hook them up to the heavy oil. There's the heavy oil residue coming in these three pipes. I have the first two pipes on the left going to either side in front, and then the last pipe there coming along the side and to the back, and then it just split between the two sides in the back. In this way, we avoid the issue of the 300 cubic meters of capacity for the pipes. Then I hooked up the outputs in the center, as we talked about, with one side feeding the top pipe and the south side feeding the bottom pipe. And they'll output to the west here. We'll bring them up. We're getting a lot of pumps, man. I don't know how high this is, but I imagine probably 4 or 5 pumps to climb this vertical distance. And we'll have the fuel generators right here. These aren't making turbo fuel yet. They're not even connected to the power grid. They need a supply of compacted coal. So I've got an outpost set up, just the foundations, the walls. Haven't done any of the assemblers yet, but we're gonna head to there to next. This is the platform that I've set up. This is where the train will come in from the compacted coal outpost. We really need I guess we'll just use conveyor lifts to get the compacted coal from the train platform all the way down to the ground level, where our refineries are to make the compacted coal. But for now, let's head to our compacted coal outpost. We'll take the hybrid tube back to the base. So we just got to set up a few assemblers for compacted coal. I'm not sure how many we need. I think it's 24, maybe. I know that we need 540 compacted coal. Yeah, 540. Maybe we can check the recipe here, just see what it looks like. Yeah, for some reason, compacted coal is neglected from the recipe list. This is the platform we'll use for the storage depot. That's coming up in a future episode. Probably not the next episode. The next episode will be fuel generators, and maybe also the storage depot. fuel generators won't take long. We don't have the materials to set up 120 fuel generators right now. They're pretty resource intensive. Let's look at them. Yeah, each fuel generator costs 5 computers, 10 heavy frames, 15 motors, 50 rubber, and 50 caterium. I think I have accumulated the materials for around 40 fuel generators, but it's like 1/3 of the total. So this is the outpost we'll use for compacted coal. We'll make the compacted coal on this floor, this first floor here, and then above in the future, I think that'll be used for batteries, since batteries also need sulfur. Let's take a peek here. Outside the windows, you see that the sulfur is coming in. I guess we can run over there. I had a ramp here, but I dismantled it. That's probably too soon. Let's grab some more concrete. That's more than enough, okay. I guess we can just leave the ramp up full time. Okay. Walls, let's replace the window. And we'll put a door here. Can't tell if this is... I don't know if that's the front or the back. I've never noticed those lights. I guess it's only on the center door, and I rarely use the center door. Okay, so there's a light on both sides. Looks like this wall is pretty identical. Yeah. Okay. That was an unfortunate rotation. Okay. So it's right around the corner here. It's a pure sulfur node. You can see it in the distance there. And you know, I've powered it, and I'm using Mark IV belts for now. We'll switch these to Mark V later once we've got, you know, like the Mark III miners. And that'll give us enough sulfur for both compacted coal and batteries. And then we have two normal coal nodes that I've just merged together, you know, to provide the same output as one pure node. And those are both being belted up to the first floor. I had to get a little creative with the conveyor lifts because it's the distance is too long. The height is too great for a single lift. Oh, overshot. So let's take a look at the recipe for compacted coal. Assemblers. Okay. this. Compacted coal. Here we go. 25 coal, 25 sulfur produces 25 compacted coal. Now we need 540. To fuel all of our refineries making turbo fuel. So yeah, we need at least 21 assemblers, and I think we're just going to go ahead and make 24. Okay, that fits really nicely. And then we'll put another 12 on this side. And these saved game pitches are getting very long. Right. Now we'll merge to the south. Oh, I'm really short on iron rods, that's no good. We'll put a window here to lift it all up to the roof. Walls. There we go. Straight up. Good enough. Let's set our recipes. There really needs to be a way to set the recipe for multiple machines at once. You know, like a click and drag method. Something similar to Factorio. Because, you know, got just so many recipes to choose from, and, you know, they're only going to add more. You know, tier 8's not even in the game yet, and I think there'll be there are going to be at least 10 tiers eventually. This is just a lot of scrolling. Alright. Now these are outputting 25 per minute, so we could use Mark 1 belts if I've got enough iron plates. Let's get a few more storage chests up here. Let's just see what kind of materials we've got. Okay, none of the stuff I really need. It's unfortunate. We'll just use Mark 3 belts. We've got plenty of those. Then we need Mark 4 belts for the center. Okay. Now to set up our inputs. Thought that would work, but it doesn't look very good actually. Oh well. We can add supports right here. Although I think we actually want these stackable conveyor belts. And how far back do we need to put these? This should be fine. Just test really quickly. Actually, let's just go farther. We've got the space. Okay, perfect. And we'll repeat that on the other side. Just check the distance really quickly. Okay. That's right. Okay, splitters. I'm gonna run out of iron plates. Okay, the other side. We may have just barely enough iron plates to get through this. Short on cable too, and we need to power these still. It's not good. It's too close. If you have your splitter too close to the conveyor pole, like if the bounding box is overlapping it, then you'll get an error message when you try to place the belt. Just make some more cable really quickly. We've got plenty of wire. Okay, should do us. All right. So all this needs is power. These need to be power poles Mark II. I think that's enough for now, since we're only going to be making, 1/3 of our fuel generators to start. I think we only need to power 1/3 of our compacted coal assemblers to start. Does compacted coal look like coal? Looks like it may be a little bit different. Slightly different. Okay. So we need to get this compacted coal up to the roof. We also need the materials for a train station. So we only need one freight platform for this. Like one car will handle it all. So we'll need one locomotive, one freight car. That's it. So, oh, I guess we need to double this because we'll need a receiving station as well. Heavy modular frames. Get some more of those. Need more cable. Oh, we had more cable. Beacons I have. Here are the motors. There are the computers. We'll take those back. Okay. So, hopefully we can get this done. Okay. So... oh man. Don't have enough for the wall that I need. Did I get those materials back? I did. Okay. This is rough. Let's dismantle this window for now. Window. Conveyor wall. We're just gonna need some iron plates, that's all there is to it. But we can set up our train station. So, train stations are big, but this one will be the smallest that we make in this playthrough. I typically use multiple engines and several freight cars. The rule of thumb is you need one engine for every 2 freight cars if you have any kind of incline at all in your rail route. And if it's completely level, then one engine can pull more than 2 freight cars. But we only need 1 freight car for this route because we've only got, one one item, the compacted coal. I'm going to leave room here because I think we'll have 2 stations on top of this outpost. One running the compacted coal to the oil field, and then one over here that will run the batteries to the future storage depot. Yeah, I think we've got enough room. Let's get our rails. Okay. And now the freight platform. We'll go this side. How many foundations was that? One. Oh, we've got a save game here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in width. Okay. Let's wait for 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Plenty of room for another train depot on top of this roof for the outpost. This is going to be a loading station. You know, we may want to use... I think we do. Let's just go ahead and... Oh, crap. Okay, we got it back. Before, I wasn't getting my resources back when I was dismantling these walls, but I guess they fixed that. I just want to switch these to a double window. Let's go back down. Logistics, Mark 4. We'll have it going up to this side. And then once we've got our battery factory right here, it can input to the left window up to the roof. That'll all work out very nicely. So here's the issue. Like, these supports take iron plates. You know, we'll make it work, whatever. We'll make it work. Need a conveyor lift. Mark 4 for now. This will need to be Mark 5 eventually. Because it'll have, you know, a max capacity of 540, and Mark 4 belts are limited to 480. Okay. I wonder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, perfect. Very nice. We can just come straight down the middle here. Now I have to scavenge that belt. I'll replace it later, I promise. One, two. Scavenge the pole. Alright. Which of these is the input? The first two? So the batteries can just come up the same way, and they'll input to the train station right here. That will take the batteries to the storage depot in the center. Okay, so this is our train station. Let's go ahead, we need to power it. Do we have power up here? We can get power up here pretty easily. We need well, not super easily. Oh man. Almost out of iron rods now. Okay. Maybe, no, it's too long, of course. But, not a problem. Too long. Okay. Right there. Okay, it's powered. Now once your train station is powered, the rails themselves will carry electricity. So you don't necessarily have to power the station at the other end. And in fact, you can take a cable from the connected station to a power pole, and just like extend your power grid that way. Let's set this up. This is going to be compacted coal. Well, that's what we'll name this station. The other station will be named batteries, or battery output, or battery factory. Probably battery factory. Compacted coal. Oh, our power is jumping a little bit. Now we need the actual train, but we also need what I'm just going to use a simple loop here. Like I've already they've added lights to these rails in update 3. That's cool. The rails are lit now. Cool. I like that. So we'll just take our rail. We just need to see what this is going to look like. There you go, like right here. Don't have a lot of concrete. I think I've got more down below. Just want to get this back to pretty good. Now we just need to find the next. Okay, what we can do is we can delete this and then put an input. They have to snap to an input of the rails. So if you lay them in shorter sections, when that's near an intersection, then you'll have more options for connecting other rails. Just like that. And it adds a little switch. That's nice. Too sharp. So right there. Okay, I'll clean up these platforms. Just do one more. Sorry, OCD. I literally can't help it. Here we go. There we go. It's a little better, and I'll come back and make it even better later. So let's add the train to station. Locomotive. The beacons are in my hand, not in my inventory. So this should be filling up with convected coal. Nice, very nice. And now our freight car. So now we can rename this station, or this locomotive. Go into the timetable. And we'll call this the compacted coal locomotive. We need to turn on autopilot here. Autopilot on. So now it'll pull forward and be filled with the compacted coal. Hate to do it, but I've just got to run back and get some more iron products. We're out of the rods and the plates. We need them. Almost to the point where this entire factory is going to be connected by trains, and it's going to be great. Also, I'm excited just to revamp these hybrid tubes, make them a little bit better. And I feel like we've done so much in this series, but there's still so much to do. Like all of the basics are completely good, except like upgrading the belts and connecting power to more machines. For iron and copper, steel is good, but in the concrete factory, the second floor, we're going to set up some industrial case beam production there. We need to set up an outpost for crystal. There we go. Refining the crystal or the quartz into crystals and silica, and then also making the crystal oscillators at that crystal outpost, and that's far to the southwest. And then taking those crystal oscillators and reworking this motor factory here, like upping the scale and then actually using the alternate recipe for motors that requires crystal oscillators. And then the Caterium outpost, that's going to be a big one, because I'm right now I'm on the fence, but I'm leaning towards having the Caterium outpost be the entire electronic outpost. So not just like Caterium and Quickwire, but also circuit boards, because we're using the alternate recipe for Quickwire circuit boards. I need concrete. Maybe I have concrete here. Should I risk it? Let's just get concrete. So circuit boards and the more advanced electronics items like AI limiters, high-speed connectors. We'll do computers there too. I think I'm going to use the the crystal computer alternate recipe, so we'll need the crystal oscillators from our crystal outpost for those, and then supercomputers as well. We're just going to do everything electronics in that one outpost, and we'll call it the electronic outpost. And then we'll have a smaller outpost for the non-electronic advanced items in tier 7, like turbo motors will probably get their own outpost. We may do something like radio control units and turbo motors in that outpost. That might make sense. And I think that heavy modular frames will also get their own outpost. Let's go to the concrete factory, fine. But really all of that relies on there being a central storage hub built first. So like I've got the platform, I'm not sure it's big enough. It's really hard to know until you start like setting up the storage containers. And like biggest part will be the trains, how you set up those train outposts. And I think like the best thing might be just to have like 2, maybe 3 train stations around the storage depot. Probably 2, like one on each side. I think that's probably the best thing. Just like with several engines and many more, like twice as many freight cars on each side of the storage depot, and then maybe like 1 freight station per item. Or there's always the option of like, less freight stations but using smart splitters. Because I was thinking like, I don't know if you could double up. Maybe like 1 train station for items incoming to the storage depot and 1 for outgoing. That might make sense. But the trains would be very long. But maybe that's okay, because they move so many items at once, and for the most part, these outposts really aren't that far apart. They're all basically in the desert dunes biome, so the distances aren't that great for a train. If we were going from like desert dunes to the rocky desert on the other side of the map, then these 1 train would not be enough, because the travel times even for a train would be pretty big. Okay, back at the sulfur outpost. Let's go back to the roof. It was 5 minutes that we could have saved if I'd been a little more prepared. Why is the brake on? Oh, because it's still being fed with convector coal. Or is it because the autopilot's on? Let me drive you. Yep, it's the autopilot. Let's turn the autopilot off for now. Once this has been loaded, the brake should come off. Come on, let's go. There we go. Yeah, we definitely need to do some work to make that look better. What? this. Man, the hitching. I don't know why these are not just snapping together. There we go. Hopefully that's the only mistake I made on these tracks. Found a little path through the mountains here, which is nice because then you don't have to worry about the train lines colliding with the lines heading toward the storage depot. Now we just need to set up a quick offloading station here. Straight out right here. Okay. Freight foot platform. Actually, it needs to be in line with the train platform. Train station, rather. Okay, make sure it's facing the right direction. Then line your tracks up. Oh, is that going to be... Okay, we'll need to extend this platform a little bit. Oh no. There we go. Good enough for now. Train station. Should be far enough. With a freight platform on the side right there. Nice. Now we'll just connect these rails. And this will be... we don't need to power it, it's powered through the rail. This will be the fuel power plant station. Guess our... it did save, I guess. Okay. Oh. It should have saved. Go back to goal. No, I didn't enter. Turn autopilot on. Over here. And set this to unload. And then we just need to loop our track back around. Oh no! Oh, I almost made it. Stepped right off the edge. Okay, this is a good place to end the episode. Looking out from my corpse at the train station above us. In the next episode, we'll quickly lift our coal, compacted coal, down to our refineries. And then I guess we'll move on to the storage depot. That'll be fun. Like the nexus for our entire outpost system. Looking forward to that. So thanks for watching, guys. Please hit the like button, subscribe if you're enjoying the series, and I'll see everyone in the next episode.